Shalom, giving all praise to Yahweh Shem Shai Bashem Kakwadash. Shalom to the 144,000 rest of the elect out there. Shalom to you all. Anyway, I'm going to entitle this video Breaking News. Breaking news. The US and the UK go to war with the Houthis. So here you got it. As of 3 hours ago, CNN, US and UK carry out strikes against Iran-backed Houthis in Yemen. So that means they actually declared war on Iran. The U.S. and UK militaries launched strikes against multiple Houthis targets in Houthi-controlled areas of Yemen on Thursday. So this was yesterday, but it came up 3 hours ago, which is Friday. Al Jazeera, U.S. and UK launched strikes against Yemen. Houthi rebels promised to retaliate. So this is a war. The U.S. and the UK have entered the war. This is going to lead to the war of Armageddon. This is also going to lead to the fulfillment of, eventually, Revelation, because something has to happen before this, the MOTB has to take place. So you're going to have some Israelites excited now, and they believe that we might be out of here at the end of the month. We're not going to be delivered until the fulfillment of Revelation 13 and 16 takes place. Let me read this again. U.S. and UK launched strikes against Yemen. Houthi rebels promised to retaliate. The United States and Britain have launched military strikes in Yemen in response to Houthi rebel attacks on shipping in the Red Sea. Joel 3, let the weak say that I am strong. So the Most High, Yahweh Bashem Shai, is leading them into this quagmire. And this is all based upon prophecy. And ultimately, Great Britain and the other NATO and EU nations will shoot missiles on the U.S. And when that happens, that's the same time when Russia, if not China, and other nations, well, all nations that possess these intercontinental ballistic missiles are going to shoot. The scriptures say in Jeremiah, spare no arrows. I'm not going to go to that. So something's going to happen. And this all goes back to this war, the fact that the Israeli government declared war against Hamas. And basically, now they talk to South Africa, went to the World Court to bring charges against the government of Israel. The charges are the war crimes against humanity. So the world is beginning to see that, these guys are not the good guys. NBC News, U.S. and Britain launch strikes against Houthi targets in Yemen. The United States and Britain launched military strikes against the Houthi rebels in Yemen on Thursday after weeks of mounting attacks. They kept attacking ships in the Red Sea. Keep your eyes on the Red Sea. Keep your eyes on the Levant. Keep your eyes on the land of Israel, the Arab world, the Euphrates, that whole area of the Levant, the so-called Levant. Babylon, aka the United States, will ultimately be pretty much a Tesla car on fire that you can't put the fire out, where the fire cannot be quenched. Only with thine eyes shall we behold the reward of the wicked. And that includes Israelites and the other nations, as well as the Edomites. U.S. and UK, this is Financial Times, U.S. and UK carry out strikes against Houthi rebels in Yemen. Reuters, U.S. and Britain strike Yemen and reprisal. This is a retaliation. Somebody drops missiles on you, you drop missiles on them. That's a reprisal. The Constitution speaks about marques and reprisals for Houthi attacks on shipping. It was 14 hours ago. Experts react. What to know about U.S. and UK strikes on the Houthis in Yemen. The Guardian, these are all major news companies. U.S. and UK prepare to launch. Okay, this was an hour ago. Prepare to launch strikes against Houthis in Yemen. U.S. AP, this is Associated Press. U.S. British militaries launch massive retaliation strike against Iran-backed Houthis in Yemen. Washington, the U.S. and Britain. Let me open this up. Let me highlight this if I can. I can see it better. Washington, Associated Press, the U.S. and British militaries bombed more than a dozen sites used by the Iranian-backed Houthis in Yemen on Thursday. So this is the beginning stages of, the war of Armageddon. Revelation 13, verse 16 to verse 13 to 16. And I saw 3 unclean spirits like frogs come out of the mouth of the dragon, out of the mouth of the beast, and out of the mouth of the false prophet. For they are the spirits of devils working miracles, their technology, which go forth unto the kings of the earth and of the whole world, world meaning the whole planet. And I believe that word is cosmos. Let's look it up. Got to look up your root words. Yep, oikomeni. I said cosmos. Oikomeni. Oikomeni means the inhabited earth, the whole planet. The whole world to gather them to the battle of that great day of the Most High Almighty. Behold, I come as a thief. Blessed is he that watcheth and keepeth his garments. You know what that means? That means you men, and some of you women that came into this thing and are ultimately the elect. Many are called and few are chosen. The ones that are called and chosen, which make you the elect. It's saying that you're blessed if you keep your garments, meaning you stay in this truth. You do what you keep that same energy. When you first came in, keep that same energy. Now, this doesn't apply to the ones of you that came in and fell out, because you're going to be found naked. As the scriptures say, behold, I come as a thief. The Lord's not coming as a thief to us because we're watching everything. We're constantly watching the news. We're constantly out there speaking. We're watching out for all the prophecies coming to pass. Blessed is he that watcheth and keepeth his garments, lest he walk naked, be ashamed, and they see his shame. Because you don't know what's going on. That's why I said all of you that fell off, you're going to take the chip because you're going to not know not to take the chip. because you don't follow this anymore. And some of you are going to say, I'm not going to take the chip, and they're going to put pressure on you, and you're going to wind up taking it, you and your families. So we're in that time. We're in that time. This could be the year of the time of Jacob's trouble. 16th verse, and he gathered them together into a place called in the Hebrew tongue Armageddon. I'm going to look up the word Armageddon. It means mountain of troops. So you guys that fell off years ago, you're trying to get back in, but you can't find a way in. Most High keeps putting blocks up, stumbling blocks. The scriptures speak about stumbling blocks. Armageddon, the hill or city of Megiddo, in Revelation 16:16, the scene of the struggle of good and evil. Esau is the end of the world. Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. It's suggested by that battle plain of Hezreelon, which was famous for two great victories of Barak over the Canaanites and of Gideon over the Midianites. And now the Midianites, when we took them over, it tells you that in Numbers 31, we took their little girls. We killed the men, killed the women that were married, killed the boys, and saved the little girls. What do you think we did that for? To produce children. And for two great disasters, the death of Saul and Josiah, hence in Revelation a place of great slaughter, the scene of a terrible retribution, payback upon the wicked. The wicked are Edomites. This, the RSV translate the name as Armageddon, i.e. the hill, as R is the city of Megiddo. We're in the commentary Cambridge. Armageddon. I'm not going to read this here. You can read the whole thing. Armageddon, the spelling, which has the best authority, is Armageddon or Armageddon in the Hebrew. The meaning, according as we read, Ha or Ha is the city. Actually, it's a mountain. The mountain of Megiddo, or the mountain of troops, or the gathering of troops, a mountain of troops. But the insertion of, give me a second, let me highlight this. But the insertion of in the Hebrew tongue perhaps indicates that the meaning of the name Megiddo, which is apparently cleaving, is more important than the geographical note. There is some truth, though some exaggeration, in the description of the plain of Hezreelon as a battlefield of Palestine, which is the land of Israel, but the only occasion when Megiddo is mentioned in connection with the battle are Judges 5:19, 2 Kings 23 verse 29, Zechariah 12 and 11. Of course, Megiddo, or its neighborhood, the mountain of Megiddo might be Tabor of that conventionally called Little Hermon, may be the destined scene of the gathering of an overthrow of the anti-Christian powers. The anti-Christian powers are these Edomites, the 48ers, and the so-called Christians. Esau, so you can understand. But it is hardly to be assumed that certain. Well, we're certain of it. In Zechariah 14:45, the Mount of Olives. Somebody needs to go to Zechariah 14 and 12. Matter of fact, I'll go to that in Joel 3 and 12. Let the heathen be awakened and come up to the valley of Yahweh Shaphat, or Yahweh's judgment, for there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. The gathering of in the great Levant, the valley of Jehoshaphat, whatever that is, it must be a proper name, or it means Yahweh's judgment, though a significant one, but it is a convention and an improbable one because they don't have the answers. That identifies it with the gorge of the Kidron seems to be represented as the scene of judgment. Right, the valley of Jehoshaphat is Yahweh's judgment. So they know that this is a coming event. Now I said I was going to go. Oh, I said I was going to go to Zechariah 14. I'm going to go right to the point. I'm not going to read the whole chapter. They're gathering together for this. And this shall be the plague whereof Yahweh will smite all the people or nations that have heathens that have fought against Jerusalem, the Israelites. Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet, and their eyes shall consume away in their holes, and their tongue shall consume away in their mouth. That's talking about missiles, ICBM missiles, the radiation from the missiles, the blast from the missiles. Anyway, I'm going to say shalom.